Well, they had made it to the state tournament 5 years in a row. And of course, nobody wants to be on the losing team, you know, and you were the ones that didn't make it to state. So that was a little incentive.
I would have to say that there was a lot of determination. We had lost 4 starters, and it was like, we're not going to be the team that's not going to go to state.
It was a very quick team, one of the best pressing defensive teams that I watched in all the years that I coached.
Our nickname was so unique, and to this day, I just went on a vacation and I was stuck in an airport, and we got to talking, and you're from Iowa? Yeah. And the other gentleman was from Lamar's, and he said, well, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Everly, and he comes right back at me, home of the cattle feeders.
I guess way back when, they had an excellent baseball team. The team needed suits or uniforms. There was a cattle farmer.
This gentleman said he'd buy the uniforms for the baseball team if they would call themselves the cattle feeders.
I think because we had been beaten early in the year by quite a number of points the first game, nobody considered us to be a real threat at state tournament level. And as the games went on, of course, we won, and we won some of them by several points. But it wasn't until the last week of the season that they threw us into number 16. I think they ranked 16 teams at that time because it was a Sweet 16 tournament. So we just barely made it the last notch. We knew we were in for a tough ball game with Lake City.
The championship game between Everly and Lake City, a meeting that has created tremendous interest because of the exciting fashion in which these teams have ridden roughshod down the tournament trail, bowling over favored clubs right and left. 2 underdogs, 2 Cinderella teams meeting for the title.
I knew because of the pressure defense that we played and the type of offense and so forth, the girls really exerted a lot of energy, and that this is going to be their 3rd game in 3 days. And they were very tired that first half, and we probably played one of our poorest halves, the first half.
It was an interesting halftime, and we needed to hear some of the things and do the corrections and get our rears in gear and get going.
Walton with the ball. Jeanette Olson. Olson along the baseline. Judd. As Everly starts to find that range. 39-31. Everly in an 8-point lead.
I think we scored 22 or 23 points the first half. Second half, they come out and scored 41 points or 42. And I mean, they just reached back like they had all year. That perseverance, the determination, not being stopped, not willing to give up. And they played a second half that was just a fantastic half there.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, the game is over. Everly wins the championship of Iowa High School girls basketball for 1966.
Like I always thought, we may not have been the best team when we got down there on Tuesday, but I really felt we were the best team when we left on Saturday. There was nobody that could beat this team.
And the jubilant girls from Everly, who made up their minds they were good enough to win, and they went out and proved it. The cattle feeders withstood the best that anybody could throw at them, and they won. The mark of a true champion.
Fantastic.
Feeling I'd never had before.
You know, like a dream come true. It's always something that, you know, I always wanted to play in a state tournament, and I wanted to come home with a trophy with my teammates. And, you know, it's just, you know, I'm old and decrepit now, but, you know, I have that nice memory, you know. And anytime you have a team, like 6 people on the court, working together for a common goal, and you achieve that, it is a real super high.
The fans make the ball game. I've always felt that, and they were there.
They treated us like queens. We were, you know, it was, the fan support was just wonderful.
You're not always going to win, but if you don't put everything out there, then you're never going to know what it is to win. So it's just to give your best in whatever you do.
I learned a great lesson that that year in learning never to give up, and this team probably taught it to me, but and all the times and things as life goes on and the ups and downs and the little tough spots, you just don't give up. You take another step forward and you just keep trying, because it'll get it done.